Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, thanks for watching. Today I'm bringing you kind of like a berry toned look. I was inspired by my nails. I got them a little darker, and even though it's summer, I don't know, I'm just loving a dark lip and dark nails. So let's get right on into it. First, I gotta put my hair back because we gotta be serious here. Now I'm going to use the Bare Minerals Primetime Primer. This is super good at smoothing out any texture. Then I'm also going to use the Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Illuminating Primer. Really gives a nice dewy look to the skin. Then for foundation, I'm using 2 pumps of the Too Faced Born This Way foundation and just patting that around my skin, and then I will use my Real Technique sponge to blend it in. If you were wondering, I'm using the shade Ivory. I always make sure too to get a little bit on my ears just to blend it in. I don't know, my ears kind of tend to just look red. And I also always put it on my eyelids as well as I will with concealer. But first, we need to make ourselves even more dewy and use the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray and pat that in with our Real Technique sponge, and then we can get to concealer. And for concealer, I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Sand. I'm going to put that underneath my eyes to conceal, but then also put it in other areas around the face to really highlight and bring light to those areas. So you see me kind of carrying this up a little bit onto the cheekbones, down the bridge of the nose, center of the forehead, chin, underneath the outer corners of my lip where I have a little bit of darkness, and then underneath the nose where I tend to get red. Then I will use my Real Technique sponge to blend that all in and make sure that it is really pushed into the skin. You don't want to lightly tap, you want to really push in and make sure that the product melds into your skin. And like I said before, you always want to take this over your eyelids to prime them for eyeshadow. All right, we are on our way. Next, I'm going to use this NYX pressed powder. This is their banana shade powder, and I'm pushing that in with my Real Technique sponge underneath the eyes. I'm putting a decent amount of this down. I really wanted it bright under eyes, so you see me putting quite a bit. We'll swipe that away later, but for now, we're just gonna let it sit there a little bit. And we also need to set the rest of our face. So to do that, I'm using the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Powder Foundation. I use the shade Camel, and I focus most of this on the areas where I'm going to bronze because it is a little bit darker for me right now. I'm not too tan. Generally, I could put this everywhere, but I'm just going to focus it in the bronzing areas so that that part of our skin isn't tacky. You want to set down a powder first so that then when you go in with powder bronzer, it doesn't like pick up on your foundation or mess it up. So you'll see me spread that and then start to also wipe away the NYX banana powder that we set down in those areas. And again, you want to start with patting motions and then you can swipe. So you see me here now going in with circular motions, but that's because we started with patting. Now for bronzer, I guess I was really excited about this stuff. I don't know why. I bought this a long time ago and recently just repurchased it. This is the Too Faced Bunny Bronzer, I believe it's called, and I just swirl all of the colors together and then use my Real Technique sculpting brush to kind of contour, kind of bronze, somewhere in between. I also carry this up onto the forehead, of course. I don't know, I was just very excited about this for some reason. I do really love this bronzer for summer. It does have a little bit of a sheen to it. It's not matte. And I really put that on there today. I really need to make sure I blend that out. And actually I do. I go back in with that big fluffy foundation brush to make sure that that's all blended. You don't want any harsh lines. You want it to look really natural. So using your big fluffy foundation brush after you bronze is always a good idea to make sure that everything is blended together. I'm also going to lightly contour with this, so I just swirl all of the colors together on this small definer brush and just take 2 lines down the sides of the nose just to slim it slightly. Just a little bit. Then I'll make sure that's blended And of course, we need to do our eyebrows. I did those quickly off camera, and now we are going to set our face with the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray and pat that in with our Real Technique sponge. This sets down any peach fuzz you might have. It also makes sure that the powdery look, if you put too much powder on, goes away. Love, love this tip. Next for blush, I'm using the Milani Baked Blush in Dolce Pink. This has a nice sheen to it, which is why I'm putting it on after the setting spray. I really wanted it to be quite noticeable and really impactful. I also put it on the nose. And then for highlight, I'm using Laura Geller Gilded Honey. I love this for the summer, so, so beautiful. I'm gonna put that on the cheekbones, of course, and really, really pack that on there a few times. And also, of course, on the nose area, tip of the nose, Cupid's bow, you know the drill. I even take a little bit up on the forehead as well. I think that's really, really pretty for the summer. Then you want to make sure you take some powder onto your eyelids. Since we set our face, they're a little bit wet, and wet eyelids are not good for eyeshadow. For eyeshadow, I'm using the Morphe Copper Spice palette and taking this kind of yellowy color just for the crease to get the crease ready for the next colors we have coming up. This is a nice transition shade. Really like this kind of yellowy look, and then just taking a lighter shade to make sure that that's all blended, using a bigger, fluffier brush for this part. Then I'll take this more taupey or like terracotta brown color with a smaller definer brush, taking that right in the crease, just deepening that up. Then I will take a clean brush and just make sure everything is blended before we go in with our next color. And the next color, again, is a more yellowy golden color. Because we're gonna go in with a bright gold color on the lid, I wanted to tie this in with the transition crease shades. And for the lid, we're using this gorgeous, gorgeous gold color. I absolutely love this. I'm using my finger to apply it. I find that using my finger really intensifies the color and is just the easiest way to apply these shimmer shades. And then just taking a crease brush to make sure that that is all seamless and there's no choppiness there. Then I'm taking an angled brush and taking that yellowy transition shade just to tie in the lower lash line a little bit. I'm not doing too much on the lower lash line, but I wanna make sure that it's all tied in and looks like one look. Then just using a fluffy brush to diffuse that and make it look really, really seamless. Now for liquid eyeliner, I'm using this e.l.f. liquid eyeliner. This is so inexpensive and it's really, really good. It's pretty black. You can definitely get an even more black, jet black eyeliner, like some of the more expensive kinds, but for the price, I'm pretty sure this is maybe $2. It's a really, really good eyeliner, especially the brush. It's really easy to work with. It's super thin and flexible. I wanted to deepen up the crease a little bit here, so you see me just applying a darker brown shadow from the Morphe palette. I forgot to point it out for you guys, but it's just one of the darker brown matte shades, and I'm just making the crease a little bit darker. I thought it needed that. And just diffusing that to make sure everything is blended. Then for the inner corner and brow bone highlight, I'm going back in with the Laura Geller Gilded Honey and just applying that again right at the very top of the brow bone and really making it the most impactful right at the arch, and then applying it to the inner corner. I love how that looks, so, so pretty. I'm going to apply a little bit of mascara. I'm using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and then I'm going to apply lashes. I'm using the Ardell 600 lash, also known as the Cluster Wispies. I'll be applying those quickly off camera. Then to blend in the lashes, I'm taking that same mascara and just doing one coat just to make sure everything is blended and that our natural lashes go right in with the falsies. And then I'm taking that e.l.f. liquid liner again and just covering up the band, making sure everything is seamless and that you can't see the lash band. Then taking one coat of mascara on my lower lash line, and we are almost done, guys. I'm gonna take my hair down, and all we've got left are lips. I'm using a NYX lip liner. This is the shade Mahogany. It is number 809. I love this. Again, I know it's summer, but I was just feeling kind of like darker berry vibes. I don't know. I just really wanted to go for a dark lip, and I just absolutely love this product. I'm not even going to be applying any other lipstick or gloss or anything. I'm gonna fill in my lips with this lip liner, and this will last all day. This is a really great alternative to liquid lipsticks, and they're also so cheap. So I just love NYX lip liners. Super easy, great pigment. And that is it, guys. That is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.